Hello, everyone, and welcome to Everyday English with Emma and David. I'm Emma, your practical, coffee loving host.
And I'm David. Today, we're talking about something that connects people all around the world, coffee culture. And boy, do I have a story for you.
Oh no, another David versus fancy coffee menu situation?
So, yesterday, I discovered this new artisanal coffee roastery downtown. You know, the type: exposed brick walls, vintage furniture, and baristas who look like they could teach a masterclass on coffee philosophy.
Sounds fancy already.
I walk in feeling pretty confident, right? I mean, I've been drinking coffee for over 15 years. How complicated could ordering coffee be? Then I look at their massive chalkboard menu, and I swear my brain just froze.
What kind of options were they offering?
Okay, get ready for this. Ethiopian Yirgacheffe single origin pour over with bright acidity and floral notes. Colombian geisha variety cold brew with stone fruit undertones. Honey processed Guatemalan with chocolate and caramel finish available as espresso or V60 pour over.
Wow, that's overwhelming.
And there's more. Nitro Cascade Cold Brew with oat milk foam art. AeroPress Brazilian with nutty finish. I'm standing there for what feels like forever while this patient barista with a perfectly waxed mustache just waits.
Oh no.
Finally, I panic and blurt out, could I just get some of that brown liquid stuff? You know, regular coffee that goes in a cup. The barista looked at me like I just asked him to explain quantum physics.
That's exactly my preferred coffee description. Brown liquid in a cup. Let me explain that fancy term single origin pour over to our listeners. Single origin means coffee beans all come from one specific farm or region, not mixed from different places.
Right, exactly.
And pour over is a way to brew coffee. That means to make coffee by slowly pouring hot water over coffee grounds through a special filter.
So brew simply means to make coffee by combining grounds with hot water.
Exactly. Whether you're using a coffee machine at home, a French press, or this fancy pour over method, you're brewing coffee.
So what did you end up ordering, David? Well, the barista very kindly suggested their signature single origin pour over. I nodded nervously because I didn't want to look completely clueless. 20 minutes later, I'm handed this tiny cup of what I can only describe as the most intense, bitter coffee I've ever tasted. $14.
$14. That was definitely an acquired taste, wasn't it?
Acquired taste. That's something you learn to appreciate over time, even though you might not enjoy it initially, right?
Exactly. Like dark chocolate, wine, or blue cheese, most people don't immediately love these things. Coffee itself was probably an acquired taste for both of us.
Oh, absolutely. I remember being maybe 13 and trying my dad's black coffee. I made this horrible face and wondered how adults could possibly enjoy something so bitter. Now look at me. I drink 3 or 4 cups daily.
3 or 4 cups. You're completely reliant on coffee now, aren't you?
Reliant on means dependent on something. You need it to function normally. And yes, I'm completely reliant on coffee. Without my morning cup, I get terrible headaches and basically zone out during important meetings.
Zone out means to stop paying attention, like when your mind wanders during a boring conversation.
Right, I zone out all the time when I haven't had enough caffeine. I'll be in a meeting and suddenly realize I haven't heard anything for the past 10 minutes because my brain just wasn't there.
That's because you need the caffeine to kick in first. Kick in means when something starts to work or have an effect.
Exactly. I can literally feel the moment when my morning coffee kicks in. It's like someone just switched on all the lights in my brain. The fog lifts, and suddenly I'm ready to face the day.
I totally understand that feeling. Even though I prefer simple coffee, I love how coffee shops create this perfect atmosphere for catching up with friends.
Catch up means to talk with someone to reconnect and learn what's new in their life. Let's grab coffee and catch up is probably one of the most common social invitations.
So true. There's something about sitting with a warm cup that makes conversation flow easier. And honestly, even though I'm practical about coffee, those fancy lattes are my guilty pleasure sometimes.
A guilty pleasure, something you enjoy but feel you probably shouldn't, like eating ice cream for breakfast or binge watching reality TV shows.
Exactly. I tell myself I'm a no-nonsense, simple coffee person, but sometimes I'll splurge on a caramel macchiato with extra foam art. It feels indulgent, but I slowly sip every drop and enjoy it.
Sip means to drink something slowly, taking small amounts at a time. It's much more relaxed than gulping something down quickly.
Right. Speaking of coffee habits, what's your morning routine like, David?
I'm complete chaos when it comes to coffee. I usually grab a quick cup at home around 7, nothing fancy, just whatever is in my ancient coffee maker. Then I stop by a cafe on my way to work for cup number 2,
Uh-huh.
and usually need an afternoon pick-me-up around 3 p.m. when I start crashing.
A pick-me-up is something that gives you energy or makes you feel better when you're tired, like coffee, a power nap, a quick walk outside, or even your favorite song.
Yes, that afternoon coffee is absolutely crucial for me. Without it, I completely crash and can barely stay awake for the rest of the workday.
I'm much more structured. I brew one large cup at home every morning at exactly 6 a.m. with my trusty 8-year-old coffee maker. Simple, reliable, gets the job done perfectly.
6 a.m. That's serious dedication. Do you ever think about the money aspect? I calculated my coffee spending once and it was absolutely terrifying.
Oh no, what was the damage?
If I buy 2 coffees from cafes daily at about $4 each, that's $8 a day times 5 workdays equals $40 weekly or over $2,000 annually just on coffee.
Wow, maybe you should try to cut back on the cafe visits and brew more at home.
Cut back on means to reduce the amount of something you do or consume, like cutting back on sugar, spending, or in my case, expensive coffee habits.
Have you ever tried to cut back on coffee entirely? I attempted going cold turkey once, and it was a complete disaster.
Cold turkey means stopping something completely and immediately without gradually reducing it first. What happened when you tried?
I decided to quit coffee cold turkey for an entire month last year. The first 3 days were absolutely brutal. Pounding headaches, constant yawning. I was irritable with everyone, and I kept zoning out during important conversations at work.
Oh no, how long did you actually last?
5 days total. On day 5, I had this crucial presentation at work, and I was so mentally foggy that I completely blanked out halfway through. I literally forgot what I was talking about in front of 15 colleagues.
That's terrible. What did you do?
Immediately after that presentation disaster, I went straight to the nearest coffee shop and ordered the largest, strongest latte they had. The relief was instant and amazing.
That's hilarious. I've never tried quitting completely, but I did attempt limiting myself to just 1 cup daily. I kept finding creative excuses, like it's Monday, Mondays don't count. I have an early meeting, I need extra energy.
Monday doesn't count. I love that logic. You know what's really fascinating? How different coffee cultures are around the world.
Oh, absolutely. Like in Italy, people just quickly drink espresso while standing at the counter. They don't sit and slowly sip for hours like we do here in America.
Exactly. In Italy, coffee is purely functional. Quick energy boost, then get on with your day. But here, we've transformed it into this whole social experience with laptops, long conversations, and people working for hours in cafes.
Right. And in France, they have those beautiful sidewalk cafes where people sit for hours with one tiny cup just watching the world go by. It's more about the experience and atmosphere than the caffeine.
Don't get me started on Australia. They have incredibly sophisticated coffee culture. Their baristas are like coffee scientists, and they created the flat white that's now popular everywhere.
And what about workplace coffee culture? Do you drink the office coffee, Emma?
Oh, the infamous office coffee. Yes, I drink it because it's free and convenient, but it's usually pretty awful. Like someone brewed it 6 hours ago and it's been sitting on a hot plate getting progressively more bitter.
Our office coffee is so terrible that people have started bringing personal coffee equipment. There's this whole underground coffee economy happening. Jennifer from accounting has a French press, Mike from marketing brought a fancy espresso machine, and Susan from HR has one of those single cup pod systems. Everyone's solving the same problem in their own creative way.
That's amazing. And there's always that one person who becomes the unofficial office coffee expert, right? The person everyone goes to for coffee advice.
Yes, at my previous job, there was this guy, Robert, who was completely obsessed with coffee. He knew everything about roast profiles, brewing temperatures, grind sizes. People would literally line up at his desk every morning.
Those people are heroes, though I bet they get tired of being everyone's personal barista. Speaking of coffee personalities, let's play a fun game. What do you think different coffee orders reveal about people's personalities?
Ooh, this is fascinating. Let's start with you, Emma. You prefer simple, straightforward coffee. What does that say about your personality?
Probably that I'm practical and nonsense. I value substance over style and don't need fancy things to be satisfied. I like reliable things that work consistently without drama.
That sounds exactly right. What about me? I love the cafe atmosphere, but get completely overwhelmed by complicated menus and fancy terminology.
I think you're adventurous and genuinely curious about new experiences, but you also crave guidance and human connection. You want to explore everything, but you prefer having a friendly expert help navigate the choices.
That's surprisingly accurate. What about people who always order the most expensive, complicated drink on the menu?
They could be status conscious, or maybe they're genuine coffee enthusiasts who truly appreciate complexity. Or perhaps that expensive drink is their daily luxury, their way of adding something special to an ordinary day.
What about people who customize everything? Like, I want a half calf, oat milk, extra hot, no foam, 2 pumps vanilla, 1 pump caramel, cinnamon sprinkle latte with an extra shot.
Those people know exactly what they want and aren't afraid to ask for it. They're probably detail-oriented perfectionists who've experimented extensively until they found their ideal formula and now stick to it religiously.
I admire that confidence. What about people who always order decaf coffee?
They're probably health conscious, or maybe they love the taste and ritual of coffee but don't want the caffeine crash later. Or they might be sensitive to caffeine but don't want to miss out on the social coffee experience.
This is so interesting. You know what's amazing? We've been talking about coffee for almost 15 minutes, and I could probably continue for another hour. It just shows how central coffee is to so many people's daily lives.
Exactly. It's not just a beverage. It's social, cultural, personal, economic. One simple drink connects so many different aspects of our daily lives and relationships.
Absolutely. Now let's do our comprehensive word tour where we review all the vocabulary we covered today with clear definitions and practical examples for our English learners.
Perfect. Brew, to make coffee by mixing coffee grounds with hot water. Example, I brew fresh coffee every morning using my reliable coffee maker.
Single origin pour over, fancy coffee terminology. Single origin means beans from one specific location. Pour over means making coffee by slowly pouring hot water through a filter. Example, this trendy cafe specializes in single origin pour overs from Ethiopia.
Acquired taste, something you learn to appreciate over time, though you didn't initially enjoy it. Example, strong black coffee is an acquired taste. Most children hate it, but many adults love it.
Kick in, when something starts to work or take effect. Example, I can't concentrate properly until my morning caffeine kicks in.
Pick me up, something that gives you energy or improves your mood when you're tired. Example, I need an afternoon pick me up, so I'll grab some coffee and take a quick walk.
Sip, to drink something slowly, taking small amounts at a time. Example, she likes to slowly sip her tea while reading the morning newspaper.
Catch up, to talk with someone to reconnect and learn what's new in their life. Example, let's meet for coffee and catch up. I want to hear about your new job and family.
Cut back on, to reduce the amount of something you consume or do. Example, I'm trying to cut back on sugar and expensive coffee for better health and finances.
Guilty pleasure, something you enjoy but feel you probably shouldn't. Example, expensive coffee drinks are my guilty pleasure. I know I should save money, but I love them.
Reliant on, dependent on something, needing it to function normally. Example, I'm so reliant on coffee that I get terrible headaches without it.
Cold turkey, stopping something completely and immediately without gradually reducing it. Example, I quit smoking cold turkey. No gradual reduction, just stopped entirely one day.
And zone out, to stop paying attention when your mind wanders or becomes unfocused. Example, I always zone out during boring meetings and miss important information.
Excellent. Now we really want to hear from you, our amazing listeners. We have several engaging questions for you to think about and share with us in the comments.
First question, are you team simple coffee like Emma, or do you love trying fancy coffee drinks like me? Tell us about your typical coffee order and what you think it reveals about your personality.
Second, have you ever had a funny, embarrassing, or confusing experience at a coffee shop? Share your coffee shop adventures with us. We absolutely love hearing these stories.
Third, how much coffee do you drink daily? And have you ever tried to cut back or quit completely? What happened when you attempted it? Did you go cold turkey or gradually reduce?
Fourth, what's coffee culture like in your country or city? Is it more like Italy with quick espressos, France with leisurely cafe sitting, Australia with sophisticated coffee science, or something completely different? We'd love to learn about coffee traditions worldwide.
And finally, try using today's vocabulary in your own sentences. Describe your coffee habits using words like reliant on, guilty pleasure, pick me up, acquired taste, or zone out.
Don't forget to share this episode with friends who love coffee or are learning English. Coffee culture is such a universal experience that connects people from all different backgrounds around the world.
Thanks so much for joining us for this extended coffee conversation. It's been absolutely wonderful exploring this topic with all of you. We'll catch up with you next time for another engaging discussion about everyday life and culture.
Until then, enjoy your coffee, whether it's a fancy single origin pour over or simple brown liquid in a cup. Both are absolutely perfect. Bye, everyone.
Bye, and remember, there's absolutely no wrong way to enjoy your coffee. Keep practicing your English and keep drinking that delicious coffee.